Welcome to my tech video series on Excel 2016, and we are going to take a look in this video at the concept of VLookup. Now here we see that on the screen I have a list of schools, and to the left of that list you see there is a code for each school, like LVS, the lesser born school, SMS, and so on. My main table is over here, where I have a list of students that actually goes off the screen a bit, and we will assume that all this can be, let's say, about 500 students long, and we want to have each student identified with their school. Now it will take quite a bit of time to type the school name out for each student. So, of course, assuming that we have a list like 500 students long. And to avoid having to do that, which will also help us avoid making any mistakes in typing out the names, we can simply add the school code to the student once we know which school the student is from, and then we can use the VLookup function to add the school name, which makes life a little easier. So having typed the name of the students and this code for the school to which they belong, we can now proceed to add the name of the school. So our first step is to rename this range here where you see the school name and the school code, and I'm going to call this school list. Now I type it in capitals, but it does not necessarily have to be capitals. It can be all common letters, it can be proper case, and so on. Just remember what you type, but once you have typed the name of the school, noting that there is no spaces, press enter. Now we have to check that to ensure that that name is fixed, so we can click off the range and then go, and you see it comes back as whichever cell is selected. In this case is B11, but I then go back and select the whole range again, and the name comes back, so I know it is ready for use. I can now proceed to create my VLookup function. As usual, it's equal VLookup. Let me remove, open parenthesis, and the next thing is to tell the computer, let me go back and correct my error here. And now you can see your tip under where we're typing the function, and the first thing I ask for is the lookup value. Now the lookup value is always in a cell close to where you're typing the VLookup function, and in this case we are using the school code to decide the name of the school for the student. So therefore our value is to the left of where the function is. So our lookup value is this code here for this first student, and by clicking on it you see the F5 goes into the cell, and if you read it you see that the F5 is column F, row 5. Add the separator, and next thing I ask for is the table array. Now the table array is the name that you use when you selected the range of the small table over on the left side, and that was called school list. So I type that, and right away as I type it you'll see that the range is red. It shows, and the word I type is also in red. That tells me that I have selected I've typed the right name. I added another separator, and now it's calling for the column index. Now we have to understand that the reference value in the small table is always on the left, and that column is index 1. The next one to the right of that will be index 2. That is where we have the school names, And if we go over, if we have something else in the C column, that would be index 3. Let's go again. The first column on the left, which carries the codes that we are using, is index 1. The one next to it, which has the values that we want to use, is index 2. And if there was a second set of values, it will be in the C, which will be index 3, and then 4, and so on, for all the values that we want to bring into our table. In this case, we only have one set of values we want to have in the table, so that is in index 2. So right now, our formula is asking for the column index, and it is 1, 2. So I type 2. I will add a separator again, and it asks me to type either true or false. If you type true, the computer will look for an approximate match for what is in column 2 or index 2, but we want an exact match, so therefore we type the word false. And I close my parentheses. Note that you do not have to type in capitals. You can type in common letters as well. If I press enter now, LSS should come out as the Learning Secondary. And there you go. It's a Learning Secondary School. Now, having done that, life is made easy for me, because all I have to do is to copy my formula all the way down using the autofill, and that will give me the names of all the other schools. So I'm going here to the bottom right hand corner for the fill handle, where you see the plus sign. Hold down my left mouse button, and I drag it down to the last name, and here you have it. All the schools are now in place. So we're having to type them or to go through the process of doing copy and paste. So that's VLookup for you. Sometime later we'll do another video on HLookup. Enjoy.